Robinson, the penetration, and it's knocked away by Matumbo, but into the hands of Peterson. Antonio Davis.
Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia. 76ers, clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia. 76ers, stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia. 76ers, clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia. 76ers, stomp your feet, everybody.
Welcome back to Eat Sleep Sixers. It's always good to hear that song in the beginning of a show. I'm sure you all can agree. We got 215 Sports guy here. Big Bear for SWP.
Yes, sir.
Truly Sixers fan for life. Sixers get another win, and this man scores another 0 points.
Leave him alone.
No, I'm not going to leave him alone because
Nah.
I just can't. I can't. Look. Ever since that I was told I don't know crap about basketball, PJ Tucker is a factor on the floor. All I do is focus on what he's doing on the floor. Do you understand that in the past 3 games, his matchup has been putting up 20+ points? So what is he really doing?
Well,
My bad.
not
Pick and
starting to
roll. Hold
realize-
on. Here's the excuse. Pick and rolls, and then they switch up, and he ain't the one guarding them. Huh?
What?
Huh?
It's always something, man.
Huh? All right, but anyway, I don't want to bring too much negativity to the show.
Well, he played 25 minutes, so that's
we
less
won.
than-
Yeah, I was gonna say that. The plus factor today is that he didn't play 30+ minutes.
Yeah.
So-
They start to get the drift. But Shake, man, he is the epitome of the fact that given the opportunity consistently, he'll get consistent.
Right.
The big question is always, or the big thing is, he's not consistent. How can you establish consistency when you're not getting a consistent chance?
Absolutely.
Give him 30 minutes a night, he'll give you numbers. He'll give you better. He can do more than Maxey.
I wouldn't go as far as that.
Yes, he can.
I
Overall, he
Listen.
can do more than Maxey.
He's a nice piece off the bench. He is 6th man of the year material. But I'm not going as far as to say he can do more
Let
than
me tell you something.
Maxey.
He probably can't score more than Maxey, but he can definitely do
so-
more than Maxey.
So when
He's
when
more
you,
of a basketball player than Maxey is.
he's more of a seasoned guard than Maxey because he has more years, but he is not a better player than Tyrese Maxey. Let's hold your horses there, sir. Okay.
Explain something to you, brother.
So we're going to throw out some stats here tonight.
Go
You
ahead,
know,
get down.
and I think we need to give him a different nickname. We
Who?
cannot call George Yang the minivan
That
no
minivan,
more.
that's about the corniest nickname I ever heard in my life.
Well, Jose, we cannot call George Yang the minivan
Call
no
him
more.
Bang Bang.
Call
without
him
saying
Bang
that.
Bang
You
Nang.
gonna call
Gang.
him Bang Bang? Just
Listen,
Bang Bang.
Listen, I seen
That
I
minivan
even
stuff
seen the
is-
little twinkle toes in him tonight, skipping and hopping to the hoop. You know what I mean? Turning around, pirouetting to the hoop with the lay-in. You know what I mean? I like that, George Nang. I like that. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of these dudes got something in them, man, that you never get to see. It
Yeah,
takes an opportunity, man.
yeah.
Yo, Shake played 40-something minutes tonight.
Yeah. Here's the thing
42.
though. RJ, you're beating a dead horse, man. It doesn't matter. We're not gonna get through these PJ lovers. You know what I'm saying?
Peanut.
Yeah, I can't believe. Listen, his fat head that sticks on the wall must be sold out worldwide because
Yeah.
I can't explain how this man is praised on what he does on this court. I just can't get it. But anyway, Sixers get a dub. Shorthanded. Shout out to Tobias for
Yes,
being being the leading man on this on the shorthanded team and doing what he has to do. Not just giving us support, 14-point effort. He scored 20+ points today. He just basically led the team, and I love it. When he takes control like that in situations like this, I don't care what he does when the other guys are on the court because he's not the first option, he's not the second option, he's not the third option. So let's not make it seem like he's supposed to be doing this every night because he don't get that amount of touches. Sometimes he does some bonehead stuff, and that's true. Sometimes he gives us all his points in the first quarter. He disappears. That is true. But tonight he played solid.
Listen, man.
Yes, he
A
did.
win is a win is a win. And we'll take him however we could get him, especially being down 3-4 solid players on our team. And everybody can share this win except for Peanut Head. But
RJ calling him PJ Sucker. I like that.
I like that. That might stick because at this point,
PJ Sucker.
at this point, I think he's trolling us. Seriously, to be totally honest, I feel like he's trolling us. 0 points in like 4 or 5 games in a row.
He had 3 points. He got 3 points in the last 6 games.
That's absurd, bro. That's absurd.
I think
that's and listen, here you go. Because I love it when people tell me that I don't know nothing, right? Because one thing I do know how to do is I do know how to study, right? So when people tell me I don't know nothing, you know what I start doing? I start looking at the scores, everyday scores, and I start looking at other teams' box scores all the way down the list. And you know what I see? You know what I see?
What you say?
I see every other power forward on the NBA putting up more than 0 points a night.
Yeah. If he was coming off the bench doing what he do, I'd take that. But not 30 minutes a night, man. There's no justifying that. I think some people just beg to differ just to be controversial. You can say 1 + 1 is 2, and they'll find a reason to either question it or reiterate it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just got to be some controversy at all times. It got to be that. It got. I
mean, honestly, you could put him and House in the same boat.
Yo, House is erratic, man.
In my opinion, you could put him
House
and
is extremely erratic
in the same package, and maybe we can get somebody in here who can score 8 points a game.
At least
that'd
House
be
had
more
a
than
deuce.
both of them scoring a game
combined.
More
than both of them combined.
I don't need 8. I don't need 8 from House. House is like the 10th man on the totem. Like,
yes, man. I got to go with this.
I just need him not to turn the ball over and not to be erratic and wild with the fouls.
Listen, some people out there just want to debate you. They just want to do it. That's the only way of getting heard. That's the only way of getting their little 2 seconds of fame. I strongly feel that way. Smitty got it on the nose.
The first responders to post is always the ones that got something negative to say, but you never see them post anything constructive or basketball wise.
Yeah, exactly, Smitty. That man is only here because somebody's trying to turn this Philadelphia 76ers into the Philadelphia Rockets. I definitely agree.
Exactly.
I was posting today. Agree. Our young guy is playing at OKC right now, and I had a couple combative people on the stat. Just to be opposite of what I'm saying, Greg Daddy Boy. When I said that I'd rather him back here than House here, and he said House and him are going to have the same career. Please. That young fella's ceiling was pretty high. He was already a solid shooter here. He could play decent defense. I would rather him here than House here, to be totally honest. I think cutting him in the beginning of the season was a bad move. Not to say he would catapult this team to glory, but having another young guy off the bench who can shoot it, and is athletic, I think it would, make the bench that much.
I think we passed the need shooters quote. That we need shooters. We got to get some shooters. We
definitely got to get some shooters. But you know what else we got to get?
You think we do?
And you know what else we got to get that's so obvious right now? And if you guys are really focusing on the stuff that we normally don't do when our big three is on the court, and one of the biggest things that we do not do is rebound well. Do you see this bench going out there and convincingly getting over 40 rebounds a game? Are you guys noticing this?
Game, bro.
Are you guys noticing this?
A game.
These young boys, because aren't we considered like Gargamel and the Smurfs right now? This is like the shortest team. We ain't got no size. Well, how these kids with no size have the ability to crash boards and grab rebounds?
Hustle.
Jose,
our 2 best players have no hustle at all.
I'm gonna tell you just how I got grinded up for this when I said Tobias Harris would be a better power forward or better down there than a PJ. Tobias Harris with 10 boards tonight. Shake Milton with 9 boards tonight. Harold with 8 rebounds tonight. You know, it goes down and down the list. Saying that to say, it's been a team effort.
Even Korkmaz had 7 rebounds.
Korkmaz, 7 rebounds. You know, guys are hungry. Like you said, they hustling to the ball. They get into it, you know, and
Korkmaz had 2 rebounds.
honestly, the three guys that are out right now aren't as great as rebounding. as
Oh
the
no, my
guys-
bad. You're right. I had that confused with Paul Reed. That's Paul Reed with the 7. My bad.
Yeah.
Kork had 7 points.
Yeah. Oh, that's what Paul Rizzo gonna do though. Paul Rizzo gonna get you them boards, man. He gonna
Yeah,
get
and
you
listen,
They just
to
hustle.
be honest with you, a man coming off the bench and getting fouled out, I have no problem with.
at all.
100%.
At all.
You know, unless they're ticky tack
Use them
fouls,
Yeah.
you're using them wisely. I'm okay with that 100%. So you come
That's what
out
stupid
there,
turnovers today.
yeah, exactly.
It used to be a time and day, old school basketball, where you had a specific guy come off the bench, and that was his job. Use your
Yeah.
fouls strategically. You know, make them count. Use your fouls
Don't
strategically.
let them get no easy scores down low.
Exactly. So
Turnovers wasn't embarrassing tonight on both sides. Surprisingly, it was pretty good on that note. That both teams took care of the ball.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. It was a little shaky at the end. It was a little scary, a little bit. You know, this group still has to, and you know, it's not their fault. They don't have a lot of experience doing it and closing out games.
I was comfortable towards the end of the game. I didn't feel no concern at all. I felt like we got this.
I was
Just the way the
hoping so.
game transpired, you missed some, but we had this.
Okay.
We had this.
Okay.
Like I just love that hustle we got now, man. I dread, and I will say this over and over again, I dread the thought of them dudes coming back and everything getting stagnant and no hustle and getting out rebounded by 15. And please don't do that. They got to be watching this and saying, "Oh, we got to go back in there, man, and hustle." That's what it takes to win in this league. Because it'll be bad, especially if they come back 80%.
Smitty is saying that's what PJ should be for. I think he's referring to the guy that comes in off the bench in fouls and uses his fouls. The problem with this, Smitty, you don't normally pay a guy $10 million a year to do that. You don't normally pay a guy $10 million a year to have 0 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists every night.
That's a management problem. Now,
Yeah.
I never, even with somebody else we
Yeah,
know, oh, he got this contract. That's manager's fault. They ain't gonna say, "Oh no, I ain't gonna take that, man. I ain't worth that dime." Oh, he gonna take that. You know what I'm saying?
Like I've been so hard about this situation that I tried to look at the brighter side. I tried to think about other scenarios that why this dude is hogging up. And now that you mentioned his pay, $10 million, it totally makes sense. I mean, nobody's gonna let $10 million just rot on the bench. You understand what I'm saying? To come in and get little ticky-tack fouls here and there. That's definitely not gonna happen. So regardless if maybe Doc doesn't want to play him as much, and somebody else is saying you have to pay him because he's getting paid.
That's
Hey,
management's fault.
I'm just trying to think of different things instead of sitting there complaining all the time of
Right.
what might make sense. Because you know that many minutes and that poor effort, that poor play is unexcusable. You know what I'm saying? You know they laid a dud on that one. The love to try to make this team look like the old Houston Rockets is crazy. They got to realize this is not Harden's team. This is NBA's
definitely
team.
ain't.
This is the Philadelphia 76ers.
Exactly.
This is not
NBA's
Houston.
team.
This is 215, 267. This
Exactly.
is not Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we historically have made bad deals, so it just still going on, like all the way from Matt Geiger to, I mean, all the way to now. But management's got to play players for what they are, not for what they project them to be, not for what they think they should be. He shouldn't have got no 10 million, but
I think-
he's not going to turn down 10 million. We got him for 3 years, 30 million.
Yep.
He's going to be
I think-
60 in 3 years.
I think that closing interview last year when, you know, Embiid came out and said, you know, we need tough guys like a PJ. You know, Morey was sitting there and saying, my franchise player wants PJ Tucker.
We need
I'm
you
going to get
toughen up.
PJ Tucker. But, you know, you got to look at it from a managerial point of view. You know, maybe he should have projected what PJ was really
Listen,
worth.
Yeah, but when I think about it, and I go back, look at the close games we lost this year, where this man played 30-something minutes and gave you 0 points.
Exactly.
Too many close games.
Exactly.
We shouldn't have this record. I'm not putting the whole blame on him, because
Nah, not at all.
you know, as a player, if they leave me in there for 30 plus minutes, I'm not gonna complain. I don't care.
I'm gonna take that.
I'm gonna take that. The same thing with Toby. You can't get mad at Toby because he got paid. He ain't the one who paid himself. He ain't write the check. He accepted the check. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point.
You can't get mad at Tobias. You feel
That's
me?
a management
So
issue
yeah, at this point,
that can't
if-
be fixed. So
if
it
he
is
plays
what it
really
is.
good, you have to applaud it. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of sitting there complaining all the time about, you know, he gets paid. Whoa. Whose fault is that? Like again, Toby didn't cut his own check.
Right.
He didn't rob the Mac machine.
Right.
The money was given to him.
It was
You
given
understand what
to
I'm
him.
saying? It was given to him. So at the same token, you can't really get mad. We're mad at the situation. I'm not mad at the player per se.
Nah.
I'm mad at the situation.
Yeah. Understood.
I think his situation going to change as it's more noticed by coaching that it's a liability. Like he only had 25 tonight. Like, you know what I'm saying? That thing might trickle down to like a dove and then wind up averaging like 18 or something. Because I mean, to be like just useless, we didn't bring him here to score. So what? But he should at least be getting 10 boards then.
Again,
You gotta
again,
make
bro.
up for not having
Again,
that.
again, bro. I've look in the past 2 days. I've gone back far, all the way back to October, just out of curiosity, and just started smacking on other teams' box score. Now the teams that we play, random matchups, random teams, Lakers versus Kings, Suns versus you know, random teams. I'm just smacking on the box scores to
Right.
see if there's anybody else in the league that's out there playing 30 minutes and not scoring. It's not there. Nobody else is doing it. It's only happening in this city. That's it.
Yeah, and it's a liability. It really, really is. We would have 5 more wins, I think. We wouldn't be floating around 8th seed, you know. Well, we have 500 again now, or a game over.
I believe so.
I believe a game over.
Yeah.
Game over. We were 9-9 before this game, so we're 10-9 now.
Yeah.
But anyway, my biggest concern while these dudes is out is just try to stay relevant, man, until they come back. Not suggesting that when they come back, it's going to be an instant, you know, domination. But I hope they watching, and I hope the coaches. I'm loving this opportunity for the bench. Put it like that, man. Seriously.
It's awesome. It's awesome to see. It's awesome to see them go out there. It's awesome to see them hustle. You know, but again, we saw this last year. You know, we went through some real tough times on COVID. And the first few games, we was like, oh man, we're screwed. It's gonna be a rough time. But all of a sudden they came out of nowhere. We was like on a 6-game win streak with the bench.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it sucks that when these starters come back, these dudes are getting sent back to exile. We don't see them no more.
You know how players take a pay cut? Well, can they take a minute cut strategically, not just give up? Like, I mean, you know, if Harden and Embiid actually play 40 minutes, man, in a loss, that's not good.
I mean, to be totally honest, you know, star players normally play 35 to 40 minutes. I don't think these guys are going to take no minute cut. That's Doc's
They better
job.
come out there and bang because
That's
we're not
Doc's
getting
job.
rebounds like we getting with these bench dudes.
As
We
long
not
as
hustling.
as long as Joel Embiid is focused on this stupid ass MVP,
I don't
know
think
what
he
I'm
is
saying?
anymore, Jose.
I don't know, man.
I
don't think he is
can't believe, I don't know.
Listen,
I don't
listen.
know.
I'm not saying he is, but I ain't saying he ain't.
But he's not a team.
Because-
I'm not gonna say he's not a team player, but it's something he's missing.
Because
You know.
at some point he led us to believe that was the end goal for him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey Phil,
And-
I'll answer this for Phil W from YouTube. He's saying, can someone answer what's up with Embiid's motivation to play? I don't think there's anything wrong with his motivation to play. I think there's something wrong with his motivation to work out in the offseason properly. This offseason wasn't really his problem. I mean, his fault because of the plantar fasciitis he had. He was ordered by the team to be off of his foot, so he couldn't work out the way he normally would. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong there. I don't think.
Hey, and Sims. One, you know, everybody knows that I criticize Embiid's defense or lack thereof. you know, when he does, which he has been, right before he got hurt,
Yeah,
last 3 games before he got hurt,
and
he's-
passing.
he started doing a lot more than just scoring and doing Euro steps to the rim. You know what I'm saying? And isn't it a beautiful sight? It's so wonderful to
It's
see him play
beautiful.
like that. You know,
When he's
and here's the
wiping
thing,
balls
though.
off
Here's
the
the thing
backboard,
too.
pause.
Here's the thing, because since he's been playing like this, the media have been emphasizing on his shot chart. I don't know. They've been showing it.
Yeah.
And he's been taking lesser threes and
Yeah.
more shots inside the perimeter, which is
Yeah.
a beautiful thing. I don't
Yeah.
mind the mid-range. The mid-range is like buried, right? It's almost non-existent these days. I don't
Yeah.
mind the mid-range.
Because he's money there in the
You know
middle.
what I'm
Plus, his shit
saying?
is
I don't
butter.
mind the mid-range, but he's not shooting as many threes as far as the past 3 games prior to his injury. And then when he's not doing that, he's not so far from the rim. He's a little closer. More offensive rebounds. You're closer to the rim. You got more opportunities for those, which we've seen. True or false?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, and again, it's a lot of greens out there on his shot chart, not just a bunch of red dots. So, you know, hopefully he can continue that up. I want to see him continue that up because
He was on a
that-
nice path.
that's a dominant player right there. He can
Absolutely.
consider himself really dominant doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know,
Because this number gonna kill y'all. He was less than 20th in the league in offensive rebounds at 7 feet last season, man. And
I hear you.
it was guards with more offensive
I'm
rebounds.
gonna tell you something. No, I'm gonna tell you something. Just like you said, these players have been playing since they've been out. They showed you that they can excel in places where our normal starters don't really excel in. So I think that's a coaching problem, man. I think the coach has to find more time for Dread Man. He has to find more time for Paul Reed to get in the game so the team can benefit from their hustle and their work on the boards. It
Exactly.
is what it is. It
like
is
you
what
can
it
have
is.
Embiid and Reed on the floor at the same time.
You can.
Every
You
other team,
absolutely can.
every team in the league do it. Like, why is it so exempt when it comes to us?
Just like you can have
You will
Reed.
not see Embiid and Harold on the court. Like Doc got this thing. You got him
Just
and
like-
PJ out there.
Just like
What's
you
more
can have
effective,
Reed
Embiid and
and
Harold on the court at
Harold.
the same time, or Embiid and PJ?
Just like you can have Reed and Harold come off the bench.
Exactly.
When the starters sit down. So I think that's a coaching
Listen,
issue
Harold ain't got no problem dunking the ball.
at all.
Exactly.
And when a player is attacking the rim like that, all right, the shot percentage is very high.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Most definitely.
And that's where peanut butter really a liability, because say that's Harold in that spot. He banging on the boards while Embiid is in the mid range to
Exactly.
area.
Exactly.
Because Embiid is never on the offensive block, man.
No.
Never.
I mean, like Jose said though, these past few games before he got hurt,
Yeah.
you seen him down there. a
Yeah,
little
but
bit.
even still, like, he still wasn't grabbing a bunch of offensive boards. This is not his thing,
I hear you.
which is a testament of the fact that he's not ever really down there. He was just scoring in the paint more than ever. He was
Yeah.
even getting assists. In the
Yeah.
last 3 games, he averaged like 6-7 assists.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
You don't need that from him, but that's just shows team player.
No, I
No
never said
ISO.
it. I never said he was grabbing like so many, but he has an opportunity though, better percent
Absolutely.
opportunity
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
to follow up on his shot and be able to grab that offensive rebound versus being all the way back there behind the 3-point line. It ain't that easy to get an offensive rebound. You're shooting from 3, man. So at least he has a chance. And as a big man, that's a good chance.
Hey, I said it on Twitter, but I wanted to give him a live shout out. His birthday, I believe, was yesterday. Happy belated birthday to brother Kai Carlin, Sixer beat writer, friend of the show. He's a solid guy. If you guys don't read his article, his work, he's awesome. Check him out, man. I just wanted to throw that out there live on air, man. Shout out to him. Been on the show quite a few times. But whatever the case may be, a win tonight. We play these guys again in a couple days.
Yeah.
I
And they a
believe we
big
play-
team, too.
Yeah, we played them in a couple of days. They got some homework on us. We got some
Yeah.
homework on them. I'm expecting to see an even better effort from them next game.
This might sound like the craziest psychology. We don't do nothing consistent. So it's hard to game plan for the Sixers because we don't have a system.
Listen, what
And
they
that's a
did
plus
tonight
to a degree.
against that team, which is a very big team.
Yeah, they big.
They're pretty big.
They big. Somebody
they
was
pretty
saying, no, David and Goliath night. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So,
they big.
you
We
know,
banged.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It like you gotta applaud the effort. Like Ann Sims is total effort. Like he said, you gotta applaud this bench for going out there and playing with a lot of effort, because to be able to get 47 rebounds against a team with this size, that's crazy.
And our biggest man is 6'9".
Mm.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's just hustle. That's grit.
Hustle
That's
and
the
heart.
grit, like I said, that I fear is going to disappear, man. I just hope it maintains, because we
Yeah,
gonna
I do.
need it, man.
I do.
These
You know,
teams is different this season. It's a different league. Seems like Sacramento and all them teams, man. They toughened up. A lot of them. Cleveland teams you might have to face, man, is better,
yeah.
considerably better than
Yeah.
last year.
You know, great coaches get the most out of the players that
Yeah.
he has.
Bro, you seen Shake Milton out there blocking shots, bro? Like,
Yes.
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 Yeah.
He's turned up.
Yeah, he was
Turned
out there
all the way
turned
up.
up, man. Like, listen,
Shake
listen,
is what I thought he was. And
listen.
and I done seen him included in trade packages. I done seen, he ain't
Okay.
consistent.
Oh yeah.
Who's
Listen,
all right, so all right, real quick.
it's
Sorry, Jose.
hold up, but Berg, like again, this falls on management and the coaching, because
Yeah.
how can you back up a dude and support a dude that never gets to play? Right now, he's showing off because they ain't like that. Listen, how can how you can't, like, when you play in spades, you can't go back in a book that was already played and play the same card
Right.
again.
It's done.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
done.
B, Maxey, and Harden are injured. He got to play what's in his hand.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing it. We've been asking for it for the longest, but we haven't got it because Doc just don't play these guys.
He
Right.
just really don't. He got to find a way to blend that in.
Right.
Do what you got to do to win. And if that means Harden and some of them dudes get 5 minutes less than they normally get, depending on the circumstances at the moment, depending on the matchups on the court and whatever, because he got predetermined minutes, just like Brett Brown had. Brett Brown wrote his minutes down before the game, and regardless of what was going on at the time, he stuck with whatever that lineup was out there.
Yeah.
Whole bench lineups and all that. I don't even mind a whole bench lineup at this point.
What's up,
Playing
little
with
man?
all bench now, and they balling. So
Yeah.
just needed
yeah.
time to get consistent. What's up, little man?
Listen, whatever the case may be, great win tonight. Every win is a great win in my book. We face these guys again in a couple days. We'll be ready for them.
Okay.
Please, guys, please. If you haven't already, look at the top. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. We at your mama house. We depend on word of mouth advertisement. So, Joselitos, what we need people to do, man?
Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. No te olvides a decirle a un amigo que le diga a un amigo que le diga a un amigo. These Leaf Sixes, boy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wepa. Let's go Sixers.
Let's go Sixers.
Let's go.
Good
Everybody
night.
have a great night. Awesome tomorrow. Be blessed. Enjoy your weekend. We see you back here on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken,
Facts.
to play the Orlando Magic again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
All
we
right,
got to
everybody.
the point where we can't wait to see another game.
Have a great night.
Night.
Good night.